Alright guys, today on What to Do, we have a John Deere, the 310G loader in back of me here, and we got two blown hydraulic lines, and they're really tough to get off. You're going to need a large monkey wrench, or you're going to need a rather large adjustable. Alright, your basic wrenches are going to make it very difficult to get these off. And I don't even know if these are going to get it off. We may have to resort to the torch, but they seemed a little tight with just some basic wrenches on there, so we're going to give it a shot in case you're struggling with your hydraulic hoses also. You can kind of figure out what needs to be done. The lines that we have, basically, this one I was able actually to get off with a regular wrench here, but then we got this one here, and they both go up here all the way up here. So we got one here and we got the one in the center there, and these things are giving me a little bit of a problem, but we're going to try to put some bigger wrenches on them, see if we can budge them. You also got to be careful too that you don't bend these lines, then you got a whole new set of problems. But let's see if this bigger wrench is going to do the trick. I'm gonna hold back wrench for this other side here. All right, we're gonna go to plan B. We're gonna take out the old torch, and that usually seems to solve everything. But if you look here, you're gonna have this bigger nut here. All right, and then you have the smaller one. I don't know if you can see that here. All right, which is actually part of your hose. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to heat up this bigger one, okay, because we want to try to expand that, and then we'll be able to turn this one. All right, you don't want to heat this one up, because basically all you're going to do is expand that into this one. It's going to make it harder. Let's light it up. There it is. A little bit of heat always works. Did the trick. We should be able to turn this. Can you see that there? Here we go. We'll just back this out. And there we go. Got some schmoop coming out. We still got to get to that middle one there, which I believe we're going to have to take this bracket off here, and hopefully we can pull this out of the way, but we may need to come all the way down in order to get this out of the way to get to this one. Let's get this one off out of the way. We got to take this bracket off, and there's going to be another one up here, and then we're going to pull this hose out of the way first. All right, so this bracket here is going to be a 13 millimeter. Got that here. And make sure you bring yourself a hold back wrench, because if you look on the back side here, there's going to be a nut. We got that assembly off of there. Now we got the line into this bracket here. This is going to be a 17 millimeter, and you may need a hold back. You're going to have a nut back there. We got that one loose and free. All right, now we're going back down here, and it looks like we're going to go back to our 13 millimeter to get this bracket here removed. We are free there. Now we are going to move up here. We already got this front one off this cylinder here, so that one was pretty easy. Now we're going to move on to this one, and let's see if we're going to need the big heat for that. Yeah, we need the heat. That sucker ain't budging. We gotta put more heat on it. Ow, that's hot. Even with the heat, with just one guy, it's really difficult to get this off. So you can see this line here runs here. This one actually broke free pretty easy. So what I'm gonna do is just take this whole assembly off up into my shop and try to get this in a vise. So that would actually act as a second person. Cause man, that was tough. Me and you ain't done yet. All right, we're gonna try to get this middle one off here. So there's a bracket here. We're gonna need a 5/8. See if we can unloosen that to try to pull this down out of the way a little bit. But I got a feeling we're gonna have to take all of them out to be able to move this bar out of the way. Let's see what happens. All right, so I got that bracket off and I wasn't able to move it. So as expected, you're gonna have to take the next two off. And as you can see now, you're able to get this out of the way. All right, so I was able to get that center piece off rather easy. And the piece that I was struggling with earlier, I got it in a vise now. Because I gotta get this tube off of here to get this hose to the machine shop or to the hose shop to get a new one. So I got it in a vise, clamping down on the hose there. And I'm gonna put the pliers on here, the adjustables, and that should break it free now without having to use heat. That sucker still ain't coming off. Ow. Okay. So I managed to break it off with a couple rounds of heat and a pipe wrench. And when it broke free, I kind of went flying and hurt my knee. This is why I missed the golf course work. Working on bigger machines, bigger bolts, bigger nuts, bigger tools. That's the problem you're gonna run into with some of these lines. So much pressure that goes through them, and they're gonna be pretty difficult to get off sometimes. If you have a bigger torch tank, I would probably recommend that. This little torch just takes forever. If you're gonna be out there ripping hydraulic lines off, and it's just some tips, grab some heat, grab some big wrenches, and you have to muscle it out if you're by yourself. All right, and hit subscribe below, I guess, just because I bashed my knee for this video, and give me a like. I'll see you guys next time.